Welcome to FRL Round 8 in Tier 2. Tonight we're at the Temple of Speed. That is Monza, where I believe about 75% of the race you're on the throttle, full throttle. Don't quote me on that, I'm literally took a guess. I know it's a high number. Only two big braking zones into turn 1 and 10-4 I think it is. Other than that, it's relatively high speed corners and long straights. And just looking at the standings, it's like a 7-way title battle. I mean, there's only 48 points between 7th and 1st after 8 rounds, which is quite remarkable, to be honest. I know Baldi's missed 1 or 2 races. Nivi had that great victory in Monaco after what we could call a slow start to the season, but he is sitting 3rd in the championship now. He will want to push on, only 25 points off in 3rd. Bahanjo sitting in 2nd, 16 points off. On 118 there's Lorenzo, Roro, Jay Hartnell and Swooney all in the shout. And Jamie, if he can get it together, could join that fight. The big surprises are seeing Paddy, Becco and Carlos Killer and Scenario all the way down between 11th and 14th. I don't think either of them are racing tonight. Don't see any of their names on here. It's probably more absences than anything. As we missed last week, I know that Lorenzo won the race and Bahanjo came P2. I believe P3 was Swinney, if I remember the points correctly. Get a track map on now. So first one to settle off will be Evening. I believe is a new driver to FRL. Turn 3 is flat, turn 4 is the only other hard braking zone. Bit of a moment coming out of the second chicane there. Seemed to take the first Les Mob quite nicely. Good acceleration out of the second. I think he could have took it in 5th. Not enough grip just yet for higher gears. Slight wobble going into Ascarian and on the exit. It does seem the car just washes away from you when you try to take too much speed. Use all the track at Parabolica. Doesn't take the shortest route out of it either, but sets the first lap on 121.3. On board with Robin, the Dutch Williams driver, and he's invalidated at Ascari. Banjo's on an out lap. Scissor Coops out on the mediums. This goes fast. Oh, Scissor Coops has caught it too much. Oh, it was on an out lap. This one's just starting the lap. So Scissor Coops. Instant drops. I set the fastest lap so far, 120.5. Let's go. Very lucky not to invalidate there. He did go very wide on the exit. Parabolica quite nicely. It's the shortest line down to the finish. To set a 121.1, and that is very decent. Everton actually improved his lap time to a 20.6 as well. Sweeney's gone P2 with a 20.6. TGP is going to be next across the line. Oh, the track gets on the throttle a little too early, oversteers, and that's his qualifying finished. Well, that's a start party as I forgot to mute everyone at the start. So, since we've begun, Warrior Huntsman has set a banker lap at 122.1. And the rest looks the same. Matty G did manage to set a 20.9. His teammates coming across the line. This looks fast. It is fast. It's the fastest so far with a 20.506. Put himself P5 with a 20.7. Jammy's backed out of whatever lap he was going to set. Mystery is the only person actually on a lap. cautious through the chicane. He had a slight snap of oversteer there coming out the exit. A bit wide through the first Lesmo. Much better through the second Lesmo though. Coming on to Ascari, you really want to be taking this in 5th. Yep, he's took it in 5th and he's kept a decent line. He's avoided the curb. You can actually get close to that exit curb. Most people choose not to though, just in case of a spin, especially in Q1. It's decent through parabolic, it uses most of the track. And it is decent, it's a 20.6, very close qualifying. I mean, 2 tenths between the top 6. Pinnis looks like he's on another lap. It's not giving me the lap data when I came on him. He has actually invalidated. Jamie will be next to go. And just to warn everyone as well, there may be buzzing sounds during the stream as my pad is low, and for some reason when I pull it on charge it likes to make its own noises. I do promise I'm not playing with a vibrator. He's still out on the mediums. He is the only one setting laps on the mediums other than Marcel has him selected. He's actually 4 seconds down, so we'll go with Healy's on an out lap. Oh, we've gave me man Moody no airtime at all yet. He's 3 tenths up, I believe. It's not showing me now. He will want to improve on a 128.4. He must have had a hell of a moment. Marcel is now on an out lap. And Robin's gone fastest with a 120.4. Cracking lap there from the Dutchman. And then he's coming out round to Parabolica. And all of the track on the outside. 125.3. Still quite a bit off the pace there from the FRL veteran. Nearly half a second up here. Oh, and there's a car in the way. Just refused to get out of the way. It was Marcel, was it? No, Robin. Just shocking awareness. Just stay off the racing line on your outlaps or in laps. It's not hard. But here goes Marcel. Jay Hartnell is the only person still left in the pits that hasn't set a time. That's a lovely through a score in there from Marcel. This might be quick. It looks it. use all of the track through Parabolica, but gets a very quick lap though. A 120.6 on the mediums. Only 2/10 off pole. Bearing in mind he's the only driver on mediums. So Warrior Huntsman has gone in. It's a 121.5 to beat for Alan Brunswick. He's the 5/4. He's only half a tenth up. He absolutely needs to nail Ascari. It seems like he took it quite well there. But will it be enough? Scissor Coops is also on an outlap. Oh, he struggled through Parabolica. Seemed to turn in too early then too late all at the same time. And he's lost time doing it. Nima Moody has decided to pit. Scissor Coops will be first to settle up. We'll come back to them. Another on and out lap is Crispy Chicken. I do expect Jay Hartnell to at least get himself out of the top 5. I think Scissor Coops is first yet. So how is Scissor Coops in sector 1? He is 4/10 up already in sector 1. Oh, he's gone very deep though. Not sure how much time he would have lost doing that. Just well outbraked himself and he's gone wide. Still valid. How I don't know, but he's still going. Such a good sector 1 as well. What will sector 2 be saying? He's still 3/10 up it. Still make it if he can find 2/10 in the last sector. Oh, he gets on the floor nice and early there. A 121.4, it's put in P14, so now Crispy Chicken is in trouble. Jay Hartnell's coming through Parabolica now. Jay Hartnell goes quickest in the session overall. Alan Brunswick, I'm not sure if he's pushing, but oh, how on earth was that valid? I'm not sure how that was valid, but whatever the game says, I suppose. P16 at the moment needs to improve by about a 1/10. Oh, he's must have been down on his time. What can Alan Brunswick do? He's not pushing. He's 2 seconds down. Warrior Huntsman's out again, look. Just under a 1/10 is the delta. All he needs to do is find half a 1/10 and he's through. So Alan Brunswick's actually going again. So Alan feels like he's got the pace in him. Oh, Warrior's caught too much of that curb coming out of Ascari. He absolutely sent it. Easily makes it through in the end, a 120.5. So Roro's actually in trouble, but he's 3/10 up. Alan was a 1/10.5 up, but looked like he went very wide there at the second Lesbos. He's 2/10 down. Gonna have to find a lot of time. Where's Roro? Roro's coming through the final corner now. Alejandro goes quickest with a 120.2. Can Roro get himself into Q2? Yeah, quite comfortably. P12, he should be safe from there. Pimis. Oh. Crispy Chicken and Alan Brunswick failed to improve. It looks like Scissor Coops is on another lap of 121.3. Oh, Pimis improved, didn't it? I thought that said a 21.4. He managed to improve, but not enough for Jay Hartnell. I think has binned it, because it's dropped into P15. I'm not sure if it's a glitch or he binned it. If he binned it, he's done it on an out lap. I mean an in lap, which is just insane. So Alejandro goes quickest by near enough 2/10. Great lap there from the Belgian.
Seconds. The race being flagged due to wet weather conditions on lap 3. We might be used to blisteringly fast pit stops, some even approaching the sub 2 second mark, but what about the longest? Well, that would go to Valtteri Bottas, who had to retire after a seized wheel nut forced him to retire in the 2021 Monaco GP. The seized nut was removed 43 hours later, which officially makes it the longest pit stop turnaround in history. Formula One is named as such because the participants agreed to a set of rules where the formula are the rules and the one referring to the fact that this is the top tier of motorsport. Max Verstappen became the youngest.
Sweeney's going to be the first one to set lap time. The white line through turn 3. beautiful through the chicane. Looked like he nailed it there. Lovely Lesbos as well, just dragging the car around. That looked like a lovely sector too. Must have just been on the limit. He's kept it valid for Ascari. The hardest corner on the track. Took a bit too much curb there through the Parabolica. What's it to be? A 20.2. Absolute stunning lap from Swindler. Healy has actually invalidated. Evans out on mediums. Matty G is setting a banker lap of a 1:21.3. Pretty sure he went quicker in Q1. On board with Warrior Huntsman. Starts Q2 with a 22.2. He'll definitely be looking to improve on that. Robin was quite a naughty boy in Q1. What can he sit? 53.5 through sector 2. Decent in the Ascari, a little hesitant, but it's a cheeky little bit of slipstream. Uh, 20.5 for Robin, puts in P2. On outlap, all on outlaps except for Evident. Still very shocked to see him out on mediums. Mind you, Insig drops and set a 20.5 on mediums. Very first lap indeed. .6 for Evident. Everyone's down on this time, so nobody's on a lot. Swingers decided to call it a day. He's going to be first. We're on board with Lucas Healy. Only started racing, I believe, last season. He's already showing signs of good pace last season. Not seen him on the new game. It's tight through turn 3. So it's turn 4. This is probably the place where you can gain the most time. I think he got a bit too much curb. Seemed a bit hesitant as well with his turning. Just took the first Lesmo is 6th. Always thought 5th to be quicker. Someone like Yoda Watt there. Seemed to absolutely nail it all through Ascari in 6th gear as well. Could have made up a lot of time doing that. This actually looks like it's going to be quite a decent lap. 20.5 P6 for Healy. Evidence back out on mediums. And he's invalidated. Alejandro sits on 121 flat, which leaves him P11. Matthew G still in the pits. Roro has set a bank over 121 free. Warrior's still in the pits with his 22.2. Zick. Honest is probably safe with that lap time, but wants to come out and improve anyway. And whatever, go again, or will he have to pit? What was on other? Evidence pit. Jammies in the garage. I believe next to settle up will be instant drops. I just noticed Nivy's put himself P2 with a 20.4. Set a 20.5 on mediums. If he even matches that lap, we could be looking at the first time in the 19s here. I believe the delta is 6 tenths between mediums and softs. He's nearly 2 tenths up already just in sector 1. Quite decent there through the second chicane. Oh, it's so easily done, but he has invalidated his turn too early at Ascari. Mystery's managed to get himself a 20.5, or is he on another lap? He's got high EOS, I think he's just started a new lap. Not sure what's happened to Marcel, he has binned it somewhere. It's just Mystery that's on a lap, Angel's on an out lap. 3.5 tenths up. Just in sector 1 alone, he's already very close to Swinney. Keeps it valid through the Lesmos. How can he choose the right turning point at Ascari? Seems to get a better exit than he did entry. Final corner. Where will this put Mr. Mystery? A 122.25, which puts him P1. I don't think Mystery's ever got pole in FRL. I could be wrong. He's won races, but I don't think he's ever got pole. I'm sure if he's listening to the stream he'll correct me. And this is going to be a valid lap here from Insick drops on 1 lap old softs. A 120 flat, and that's on used tyres. Andrew's just started his lap. So at the moment in the drop zone it is Pahanjo, Matty G, Roro and Warrior Huntsman. It's a 120.7 to beat, and Marcel cannot improve as he has DNF'd. And needs to 5 attempts on his overall lap. Got to sit in P2 in the Drivers' Championship. And he is 3 attempts up. All he has to do now is match his sector 3 from his first lap. Matty G, Roro and Warrior Huntsman all on laps as well. So Evan and Jamie and Healy might be looking over their shoulders that Healy's already out of the pits. So with Healy coming out and Jamie and Evan expected to set new lap times, Pandro goes P4. You would expect Pimis and even Robin looking over their shoulders. Jamie is on a lap now. How far is Evan in? Didn't want to give me his sector time. So Evan's coming down through the end of sector 2 now. Evan's 2.5 tenths up, that'll be enough. Pimis is only half a tenth up. So Pimis will be the first to cross the line. And Robin has actually stayed in the pits. He could be facing elimination here, despite being one of the quickest in Q1. So Pimis sets up 20.6. Evan goes P3 with a 20.2. Jamie 20.5. So Healy has dropped down to P10. If Matty G can improve by a whole 8 tenths. He's 4 tenths up. .3 for Matty G. So Healy is out. How far is Pimis going to get? Because Roro's also on a lap. He's 3.5 tenths up. He needs to fight half a second through the final sector. Warrior Huntsman has... I think he might have been validated. Oh, Roro's had a big moment coming through Parabolica. Will that cost him though? 120.9, that's not going to be enough. Absolutely insane. Oh, Healy's gone pole. I actually thought he was out. Well, that's come out of absolutely nowhere. So Luke Healy was fastest in Q2. So we're going to lose Pimis, Marcel, Roro and Warrior Huntsman. Pimis's miserable season just continues.
midfield team. The last time the constructor won a world championship was in 1998. I'm not superstitious, but in the long and fruitful history of F1, no one with the surname Hill has ever failed in winning a world title. For example, Graham Hill, Damon Hill and Phil Hill are all previous world championship winners. 2014 ushered in a new set of regulations that saw us enter the turbo hybrid era of F1 car development. The biggest change being the engines, which were changed from 2.4 litre V8 engines to 1.6 litre turbocharged V6 power units. Along with this came integrated complex digital...
So here we go then for the business end of qualifying. This is for the first point of the weekend. We'll go on board with Jimmy, who looks like he's had a very good sector one. He's absolutely sent it through that second Lesbos. Seems a bit hesitant going through a Ascari. And Watson, that's the only place he's really lost time. Matty G sits the first lap then, a 1:20.2. How will Jamie fare to that? A 1:20.4. I do feel he lost all his time in Ascari. Drops is going to be next over the line. So drops on there, 20.4 for him. Probably used tyres. Robin is next. Robin sets a 20.3. Absolute class lap from Evan and a 1:29.999. Set a 20.3, he sits in P2 then. Mystery is still sitting in the pits. He wants the truck to himself. After the first runs, Mr. Matty G is top of the pile. Luke Healy was fastest in Q2 with a 119.9. So expect a mid-19 to be pole. Banjo actually looks like he may be pushing. No, it's like sitting near us. It'll be first out for that first run. It looks like it's Mr. Mystery, or as Moody calls him, Misery. Better love Moody's names for people. Seems to be in a hurry on this outlet. Bit of lag there. Oh, Healy's disconnected from the session. He wanted to get back in ASAP. Here we go then. Going through the final corner where you want to get the best exit possible. Carry as much speed as it's a long straight ahead of you. Down into turn one. DRS open nicely. Hard braking into turn one. Braking at 120 meters. Or is it 130? I really can't remember. Somebody's reset to track there. Second hard braking zone. Oh, he's took it in second. You get the rotation, but you lose a lot of speed doing that. Snap a oversteer coming through the second Lesmo. What's his sector time going to be? 53.6. It's not going to set the scoreboard alight. Seems to carry a lot of speed there through Parabolica. 120.6. He'll know he can do better than that. I don't think he's going to have time to go around and pit again and come back out. So Nivi, Insik and Evan will be the first people to set laps, and Healy's car is just actually sat. I can't even change, but it looks like the first Lesbo. And that is really disappointing. This is the problem with Codemasters. It's just glitched his car to just sit there. I'm guessing he can't take control of it either. mean, look at that, it's just said mysteries 5 seconds up. Come back to him, other people are starting laps now. One of them being another veteran of FRL, Nevi. Two and a half cents up. Oh. I mean, he's done the first corner beautifully on the limit. Slight hiccup through the second part of it. First Lesbo seemed okay. Acceleration didn't seem to be there through the second one though. He needs a good Ascari here to be facing pole. He is 2.5 tenths down. He needs to absolutely send it now. All or nothing. A 120.5 is... He did make up the time he lost, but not enough of it. Once it drops it. Yeah, this looks like a Ferrari that's leading the way. It's behind Joe, but he's on an outlap. Evanen's just started a lap, so it is in 6 drops. That's going to be first to start time, set a time. He's not much up on his delta. He's near enough equal coming out of sector 2. But yet still manages to find a lot of time through sector 3. A 20.1. Jammy's gone quickest with a 19.9. And Matty G is 3 tenths up here. This could be the perfect lap for him. A 19.9. So Matty G is on pole as things stand. Robin is invalid. Maybe he's backed off any other attempts. So it's only Pahandro or Evanen who's about to cross the line now. Evanen only good enough for P7. What can Robin do? Can he nick pole on the last minute? No, he can't because he's invalidated. Oh, Pahandro's done it. A 19.7. And it's a Ferrari 1-2. An absolute scorching lap there from Pahandro. He's gapped the field in terms of how close everybody else is to each other. Just under 2 tenths. And the biggest gap's actually 4th and 5th. And that is just a 10th between each driver as you go down. Some even less than that. Keely's already picked up a drive-through. And there's carnage at the back. A lot of collisions. The chicken going off track and all sorts going on. And in a way that helps the Ferraris as they get to maintain position. Oh, safety car. Check the race director. Keely done the jump start. And there was a collision between TG and Crispy Chicken, which both got a warning for. Then Alan Brunswick and Crispy Chicken. And Alan Brunswick also exceeded the track limits. See how many of them actually have damage from the collisions. Everything's gone 5 seconds already, speeding in the pit lane. It is quite easy to speed around here, to be fair. Yeah, there you go, 2 more. Pimis has had an awful start. He's dropped all the way down to P20. Jammy's all the way down. Well, he's P20 now. So from 14th to 20th of all pit. I'll be back in a second. So now that we've got stable order, we'll check the position changes. The biggest winner so far looks like Scissor Coops. Jamie and Evelyn are the biggest losers, both losing 11 positions. Right up. So he's going on between Evelyn and TG, they keep interchanging. Evelyn's actually pit. He has to get rid of his 5 seconds. Everybody else seems to have died yet. Oh, I think Moody. Oh no, Moody didn't get one, did he? So full grid of 20. It'll be interesting to see how many manage to finish. Monza in the wet does feel like you're just driving on ice. Especially with the inability to find wet setups on this game. A lot of drivers would have just improvised or even ran a dry setup. Interesting to see as well if there's team orders between these two Ferraris leading the Grand Prix. Remember back in Monaco the Red Bulls were absolutely fighting each other. I've also noticed Lorenzo's not here tonight either. That's why Rory Huntsman is in his seat. Penalties. Alan Brunswick has 10 seconds of them. One was for speeding in the pit lane, I think the other one was for a collision. And Luke Healy has to deal with his drive-through. And we've got Evan and TG with track limit pens. Quite sure how they've managed to pick them up, considering we've been on the safety car. Has taken off. We are now racing again. Overtakes are happening already. Oh, Banjo's picked up a 5-second penalty, and Matty G's had a moment somewhere. Not sure if he's collided with his teammate or not. But that's lovely forensic drops and Nivi, who claim both of their positions. Now we're on the virtual safety car. Insick went really deep, he had to cut the chicane there. Another penalty's just been dished out. Swinny's also had a big moment. Not sure where Swinney is. Oh, he's out of the pits now. Luke Healy was able to do his drive through, so he'll be happy. This virtual's come out at a great time for him, really. And look at Jay Hartnell already up into P8. Fly. Oh, Insick has dropped it. At Ascari. Can't see his car, but oh no, it's not even at Ascari, is it? There it is. Angel has decided to pit. Has he got damage? Oh no, he's 7, he's 5 seconds, that's what he's doing. Angel. And the smart thing to serve the 5 seconds, get rid of that while you can. Another safety car, and we've got our first DNF. And Nevi leads the race. He won in Monaco as well. He will have the Dutch youngster behind him, Robin. Marcel's got himself up to P4 now. Scissor Coops has got himself up to P5. Jay Hartnell P6. I've just took advantage of other drivers binning it, spinning it, killing each other and whatnot. It's been a very chaotic first 6 laps. Safety car is in this lap. Slow the pack down. So the safety car is fully in the pit lane. Oh, it takes off early as well. Doesn't seem to get really that far away from Robin. I think Robin expected it. Sitting there defending from Mystery. Oh, and Nivi has made a massive mistake and it's collected Robin. And Mystery has just said thank you very much. And now Scissor Coops is sitting in P2. Not sure if Nivi got damage from that. I presume Robin certainly did. Oh, Evan's outbraked himself as well. So many drivers just outbraking themselves. And we have another safety car. Matty G is gone. It looks like he's collided with the Red Bull of Roro. Doesn't actually seem like he's got damage. So many incidents straight into this race that, I mean, for those using Racing Line, one thing, if you haven't got a proper wet setup, you do need to brake a lot earlier than what the Race Line does tell you. I think it's noticeable by so many missing their braking points. So Jamie's picked up 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Crispy Chicken's also done the same thing. Marcel's also in. Robin, I'm sure, had damage. So I'll serving a penalty. That's the reason he's pit. Safety car should be in the end of the next lap. But what a podium this would be. Mystery, Scissor Coops and Pimis. And Scissor Coops did have that brilliant result in Monaco. Pimis has had quite a poor season so far for his standards. He's picked up a tiny penalty for cutting corners under the safety car. That's stupid the way the game actually gives you penalties for that. Getting absolutely no advantage. So hopefully when we get racing again we can have a few laps of actual racing rather than under this safety car. Rumour has it Instant Drops actually unpaused his game under that virtual safety car earlier. And without realising his car's gone into a wall. So we're just waiting for Crispy Chickens to catch up and jam it. Interesting as well. I've not really seen anyone warm up their tyres. One thing in the wet you do need to keep the temperature in your tyres. Okay, so safety car in this lap. So we'll have to wait till the car's fully in before he can take off. Oh, I think he might have taken off a little early. Seems he's got away with it, to be fair. Scissor Coops is in the process of... Oh, Pinnis was having a look. Coops manages to hold him off though. As long as these two are fighting behind, Mystery could just pull away. Oh, this goes really wide. Evidence managed to get past Nivi, but Nivi's gonna have another go at him, is he? Nice overtake actually that from Nivi. Not it over because we are under yellow flags. Crispy Chicken has actually DNF'd. Oh, it looked like he got tagged from behind there by Swinny. Indeed, I'm sure stewards will be looking into that. Just about enough space left. That is the visibility that these drivers can have in front of them. Robin and Warrior have both DNF'd in two completely different parts of the track. Warrior's done it coming out of Ascari. Robin's done it through the Lesbos. And thank God the game has not pulled out another safety car just yet. So Mystery. So as I say, Scissor Coops was P1. Huh? Mystery's gained a 1.5 second lead. And somehow Swinny's P3. I'm not sure what's happened to Pimis. Not sure if this is all luck. Swinny is actually P3. He's come out of nowhere and all of a sudden he's P3. P2 now. Swindog is just firing through the field. Evan and Pahanjo have had a big moment somewhere. Evan's actually DNF'd just before the second Les Mills this time, which has brought out yellow flags, but no safety car. All over the back of Suzuki's. Roro's actually got past Nivi and Suzuki's down the straight. And Swinny's managed to get past Mystery. Swinny is absolutely flying it. And then he goes and picks up a 5-second time penalty. And he's dropped down. Mystery's also had a moment somewhere because he's dropped down to P3. I don't think anyone's got a wet setup. Roro has just swept past everyone into P1. And off he goes. Nivi, who seems to have just kept himself out of trouble, is sitting P2 now. JR now getting past Suzuki's down the straight, going into Ascari. It's a horrible corner in the dry, in the wet, it's absolutely disgusting. Oh, the rear end just wants to go. Got a bit defensive on Swinny, so Jay's got past Swinny. He's going to get past Nivi as well down the straight, and it looks like Swinny might even follow in. Oh, I thought he was going to go for a double overtake then on the braking as well. And Nivi has picked up a 5-second time penalty. He has given the positions back, so he should get that removed at the end of the race, as long as he doesn't serve it under yellow flags. Oh, and it all happened in slow motion. Marcel's race is over. Straight into the wall for Marcel. That's both Williams out of this race. And Gibbs has actually managed to get himself back up to P4. I don't know about anyone else, but I went on board with Pimmins for a minute. It looked like he just went straight into a wall. Can't see his car on map, it has been removed. So Roro is leading the race by 2.3 seconds ahead of Jay Hartnell. He's 1.6 seconds ahead of Swindog. Scissor-Coops has had a moment coming out of turn 2. It's like he had absolutely no traction as well. Livy's just flew past him. And Rupatini, despite the early setback with the drive-through, is sitting in P6. TG, who started right at the back, is P7. Jamie is slowly climbing back up the leaderboard in P8. And Moody, who's making my game absolutely glitch, is P9. Who started on P2, I think it was. It's P11, Parangel. Sorry, P10, Andrew is P11, Alan is P12. It's one of them now, just finished 4 points, 11 laps to go. Well, 11 laps once Roro crosses this line. Does look like Jay Hartnell is eating into that lead. So expect a battle for pole position, first place. The Scissor Creeps has pit. Is it damage or is it... Wait, has he got a drive it? No, it's pit. Interesting. So Scissor is the... Is he the first? He's not the first. Luke Healy's also on Inters. He's on 7 lap old Inters. Let's be honest, if he's keeping up with the guys on wets, it might be the right thing to do. CG's gone past him. Does seem like he uses traction control. The thing with traction control is if you're on the wrong tyre, even if there is grip there, it doesn't give you it. And Jay Hartnell has actually passed Roro. And judging by the delta that Roro's made a big mistake somewhere. And that's a 2-second overturn in just a lap. TG's now on the back of Levy. And if you look, he hasn't really pulled away from Luke Healy. Luke is still there. He's probably done it 8 laps too early, because God only knows what his tyre life's on. Oh, Luke Healy had too much speed, ends up going into the back of TG. And we do have yellow flags. Nevy and TG fighting each other. Brilliant racing from the both of them, to be fair. Just hard on the limit racing, even in these conditions. Oh, TG's gone. And that's him out of the race. Luke, if it really does dry up, Jay Hartnell's pit. Let's see what tyre he goes on then. He stayed on wets. Swinny we know has pace on these wets, so it does actually look like Healy might. I mean, it's 11.1 now. We'll check at the end of the lap. He's losing time, isn't it? 11.7, 11.9, yeah, he's still nearly a second slower. But he does seem quicker than Nevy, who's also on wets, so that might just be a pace difference between Swinny and Healy. Who knows? Giano should get past Mystery down here. It says, right, who goes for the nose? Well, I don't think anyone is because they've all pit. Can these inters get him to the end, and will it dry up enough for him to start eating into the gap between the top two? He is pulling away from Levy, that is certain. Jay Hartnell's capturing the both of them quite rapidly. Suzuki seems like he's catching Bahandra, and he's also on inters, be it fresh inters. I'm saying that Levy's caught a lot of time on Luke Healy. I'm not sure if it's down to a mistake or just tyres giving up on him. So Swinney's caught right up to Roro yet again. Of these two are two of the 7 that are in that massive championship battle. And with Beldy not racing again tonight, no Lorenzo, it's a massive opportunity for these two and the likes of Nevi, Jay Hartnell and Pahandro to really make strides in the league standings. Yeah, Jay Hartnell's already caught up to Healy and past him. I think Healy's had enough of those tyres now. Let's see which tyres he actually goes for. Yeah, he's come back onto the wets. The idea didn't work. And Suzuki has lost a lot of time to Bahandro as well, so yeah, it definitely is only for full wets. So here we go then, battle for the lead. Bearing in mind, Swinney does have that time penalty. Not sure if it's the one that's going to be removed. Got a lot more ERS to defend from Swinney. It does look like Swinney may be using a lot lower downforce. It's a lot faster in the straight line. Oh, bit of contact. There's always going to be contact coming out of turn 2, to be fair. Swinney did have nowhere to go, he had to turn in at some point. Oh, went deep, but Swinney caught curb, but still manages to get a better exit. And away he goes through the Lesbo. Swinney now leads the race. Will Roro try and make a comeback at him? Best of Scary. It's gone very wide. You don't really want to rely on a 5-second penalty because you never know whether they get removed, especially if it's for corner cutting that you had to do. And Mystery has actually caught all the way back up to Nevi. Mystery being on the fresh up size, but he gets a lot of oversteer coming out of Ascari. Turn your overtake off, Nefi, you don't need to be using that much. Jay Arnold sets the fastest lap of the race of 32.5. Just look at how much spray comes off the cars going through them wet patches of the track. It does look like Swinney's just pulled away now. Of course, this battle is between Mystery and Levy. Mystery's actually lost quite a bit of time to Levy. Alejandro is starting to catch. He's only 1.7 down the road. Full throttle in second gear in the wet. He's a brave man. Absolutely burning down that ERS while Mystery has been saving his. So 65% versus 14%. And Jammy has gone. Where has the Jammeister been there? It looks like the second chicane. Andrew's caught right up to this battle between Neathy and Mystery. Goes very wide out of turn 2. Again, using that overtake. Mystery's just saving his. And that's why he's able to just speed past him. You don't even need to use it when the other guy is so low on it. Probably a bit to do with downforce as well, to be fair. Banjo skips past Levy. The gap has just opened up at the front. Swinney is cruising at this point. And Jay Hartnell has closed right into Roro, so I'm assuming Roro's had a big accident. I'm pretty sure the gap was over 10 seconds not so long ago. Gianna sweeps past. Easy move down the straight. Oh, he does go deep into turn 1. Oh, I've just realised Beeman Moody's DNF, so I didn't even click onto that. That's unfortunate for him. He was running in P9, so only 8 people are going to get points tonight. believe. This one, Spinny will be on 137 points. I'm not actually sure how much points it is for P5, but I think he may just hold on to P2. I think Baldi will just hold on to his lead going into next week's race. With it being the final lap, we will go on board with Mr. Michael Swindog. Looks like Jay's charge to him has come a little too late. Still another 3.4 to catch him. I mean, he will win in the game, but I'm not sure if Swinny will get that penalty removed. But I'm sure he'll be happy enough to win it on track. He'll still get P2. Oh my god, it's going to be so close going into next week in the title challenge. I think Pahandra actually might. Well, there we go. Jay Hartnell wins it through the game, but like I said, I don't know if that penalty will get removed. Roro just about gets across the line. P3, Mystery will come around to take P4. I'm not sure how many points are for P5, but it might be Pahandra leading the championship next season, next week. Yeah, he should definitely be leading. P4 for him. Nevi might get that penalty removed, but he'll have to settle for P6 for now. Scissor Coops P7. Luke Healy will round off the finishers in P8. And that is all from me, folks. Next week we are at Bahrain at the same time. Until then, I'll catch you later.